Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 3.0. Today it's finally time to start moving our duplicants, and in order to do so we need to finalize our cooling loops. That is the most important thing. I already did a little bit of work. One thing that I had to change here are the bridges. Previously, I used bridges in order to jump over this pipe here. However, I switched it all around, so this pipe is now jumping, and the reason for that is we do not want to jump from the hot steam room into a cooled area. Otherwise, we're going to unnecessarily transfer heat. Of course, we want to keep all the heat right here, so this is why I made this change. The pipe here might actually get a lot bigger. However, I also already started hooking up the gas range pipe. So this is going to go all the way down here to our natural gas setup. At the moment, however, I hijacked the pipe in order to pump over some hydrogen. So we are at the moment not using it to feed our system with power, but it is going straight up. In the future, this pipe is going to be filled with natural gas for the gas range here. However, right now I just wanted an easy way to actually go ahead and feed this into my hydrogen loop. I also started hooking everything up to power. For instance, our steam turbines here are going to be directly hooked up to the grid. This heavy watt conductive joint plate also acts as a bridge, so we can use it this way. And I installed another power transformer in order to get the power to my auto sweeper here, and of course the aqua tuner and the thermal regulator. I also exchanged the location of the liquid vent that was previously more in the center of the room, but I decided to put it above the volcano. And then the auto sweeper is still in a spot where we should be able to reach all the tiles down here. I might actually have to rearrange a couple of things in order to also accommodate a robo miner in case we get some solidification. But that is going to be for a different episode. Today I just want to make sure we bring this up to temperature. We can introduce the kitchen and everything else. I actually accidentally already filled up the bathroom loop here. There was also a tiny mistake with the bridges, so I actually had to redo this tile here. Let me see. The hydroponic farm, I had to redo that because some water made it inside. But now as soon as we get that back, the polluted water should make its way over there. So the duplicants were already using the toilets, even though I have perfectly fine toilets on the other side. But yeah, right here you can see I'm also already starting to fill up the cooling loop for the base. Since we want around 25 degrees, I figured water is actually the best coolant for that. We don't have to go into something more, in quotes, ultimate. However, this bridge right here obviously is facing the wrong way. We have to change that. And now I guess you're basically up to speed and we can get things rolling. I really want to move my duplicants today, at least for the most part. That is not good. Some granite made it inside. You know, I guess in the future this could be a problem in case we actually want to compost a couple of things for whatever reason. So I think instead of having the decoration here, I'm gonna exchange this with another, let's see, conveyor loader, right? Because this auto sweeper will be able to reach another fridge here, as well as a conveyor loader. Easy. And we can use this conveyor loader in case we want to get something out of the tile. Oh, actually, rebuilding the bridge made this auto sweeper use the materials. But still, it's a good idea. Sometimes I want to compost a bunch of things, or I might just want to grab things in order to feed to the tree on another planetoid. You know, once we accumulated a good bunch of food. But for now, let's install that here. Where's the power outlet? Of course, on the other side. I want to switch that. We're going to run a couple of rails over here, get rid of that crown molding and exchange it with a chute. Actually, that might be a bad idea because it gets immediately picked up again by the auto sweeper. I mean, with compostables, it's not going to be a problem because we are not delivering compostables over here. But if I take out any food that is being delivered here, I'm going to find myself in a pickle. So I guess instead we could run it over here and sacrifice this corner molding. Sure, it's not going to be the end of the world, we're going to be fine. There we go, these bastards just using the toilets here with their suits. I don't get it. I now need somebody to plant this hydroponic farm so it can get started working here. I mean, it will have to soak up a lot of pee and poop. Oh no, it is actually too cold. We need to get that cooling loop going. Oh, actually it's already working. I just see it in the nick of time. Actually, I might not even want this to get out of there. Let me see. We are going through the aqua tuner here. This needs to be good. Oh, that's actually bad. We want to cool things down if we go above 25 degrees. That is the setting we want. And of course the water is already a little bit cold at this point, but you can see we're bypassing the aqua tuner and we're going into the liquid reservoir. Now as soon as we made one round, we're gonna fill up the reservoir, but I rather prefer filling it up right now. So I'm just gonna cut this off for a brief moment. Before I forget, I need to check on Liam. Yeah, Liam still has a lot to do, but look at that. He's making progress. And now if we have a look at the temperatures, it should even out properly. We're coming in at around 24 degrees and we're coming out at 20 degrees here. I want to fill this up to at least 50%. Let's go just a tiny bit beyond and fill it up with 4,000 kilograms. I'm also going to go ahead and close this off for the time being. We actually will need to make our way back in here in order to set up wallpaper, but also other stuff when we want to enable the volcano. For now, I just want to close it off, and then we need a better liquid lock to actually make it inside. And from the looks of it, the polluted water sink is now working. The plant is directly eating up all the polluted water. We have reached exactly 4,000 kilograms here in the liquid reservoir, so it's time to hook this up again, and then I guess we can already go ahead and take this apart. Great, now we're just gonna let this run for a little while and all the temperatures should be even across the board. That means the only thing we're really missing is the hydrogen in the loop. We already have a little bit queued up, but it is by far not enough. I should have taken care of that in the previous episode, accumulated some of it. But it's fine, as long as we're just using it in order to cool down the food tile, we do not even need that much. For the hydrogen, we want to make sure we always stay above, no, actually below 18 degrees, right? So as soon as we reached 18 degrees, we're going to cool it down. Of course, it's going to be cooled down much more than we actually need, but 18 degrees is the bare minimum. If we had a gas reservoir for this loop as well, we could control it a little bit better. The liquid in here, or that's coming out, is always going to be 25 degrees. But we do not have a reservoir for the hydrogen, so it's gonna fluctuate a little bit, but the minimum is gonna be minus 18. So let's have that join the loop. It's gonna go down, and of course it's gonna be cooled down a little bit. And then it is cooling down our tile, and it is coming back. Let's see, these guys are coming in at around 4.4 degrees and coming out at around 10 degrees. And the chlorine here at the moment is 13, wait, it's raising. Of course, that was the new hydrogen joining the loop that is a little bit hotter. So I guess we're just gonna let this run until the loop is actually filled up, and now it's time to move the duplicants, right? We want to move the kitchen first, maybe. Like everything we have in the refrigerator, we want to move over to this conveyor loader, so it's gonna be placed inside of this tile. So in this first refrigerator, we want to keep everything that my duplicants are supposed to eat at the mess hall. Such as barbecue, cooked fish, fried mushroom, just everything we have available that is somewhat cooked. We might want to keep an omelette, and I'm gonna change this list as we are actually developing new things. Like, I don't know, pickled meal, I think we're over that. Also the grapefruit preserve. Yeah, let's maybe keep this list a little bit more specific. At the moment, we are cooking the gristleberries. Soon enough, we're gonna switch to something better, and that's what we want to store in here. But right now, they are supposed to eat the gristleberries here, and maybe occasionally barbecue, and maybe even rarer an omelette or so, but currently I even have some. This fridge is gonna have the highest priority, but we only wanna keep around 5 kilograms of food in here. Then just for the transition, I'm gonna do allow manual use here, and we wanna do everything, like well, not everything, what am I talking about? All the edible stuff. So they should be bringing it over there, and we will be able to deconstruct the fridge. Holy cow, that actually went fast. We then want to deconstruct everything in the kitchen here, and we also want to deconstruct the Great Hall there. I want them to take a new table at the new base. Nice, some of the food already landed here, and it's actually better off than inside of a fridge because it's already refrigerated, cool enough in here. Though I think I still have some deliveries here. No, actually no pending deliveries. So let's take that out. I'm a little bit confused. I thought as soon as the duplicants cannot actually reach the food, it doesn't count here. But I can actually see how much food I still have. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a good thing, actually. Berry sludge, even though we are not creating it just yet, is going to be done in the microbe musher here. And then at the moment, we still do the gristle berries. I guess we're going to cook up the omelets and the fried mushrooms whenever we get them. Yeah, we basically just do all the recipes except pickled meal. I really don't need that. Cooked fish is good, barbecue is good, and the frost buns we're gonna need anyways. With the gas range, we're actually gonna wait still a little bit. Of course, we need lettuce, frost buns, and barbecue, so I do need to run a couple of farms and ranches to make this even viable. Inside the second fridge here, eventually I'm gonna have all the berry sludge that's gonna go directly in there, so that should even have a higher priority than, I guess, this conveyor loader. This conveyor loader here only needed a high priority initially, now it can be 1. Also, I don't necessarily want to allow manual use anymore. Yeah, not allow manual use, but we want to do all the edible stuff here, right? Now, once we actually do the proper farm for the new kitchen, I want to make sure we have auto sweepers set up that are going to bring the materials directly into this tile. So then the auto sweeper here is going to be able to pick it up and feed it to any of the given machines. And I realized until that is the case, until we have the proper farms, we need to allow manual use here and give this a proper priority. So my duplicants are going to bring it from the farm over here in case the electric grill is already full. But with that out of the way, I think we are ready to do the rest here. Like, I do not want any of the duplicants to reside here. Let's make sure we only destroy the buildings, so all of these beds can go. And then I guess we can also take apart the bathroom loop here. Yeah, they should now use the other bathroom. They're already doing everything else here, right? Okay, so the only thing we're missing now are the Atmos suits. Right now, they need a reason to go back in here. Oh, actually, that is really bad. I totally did not prepare myself to actually start filling this base up with oxygen, which is another important aspect if I want them to actually leave their Atmos suits. And of course, a bunch of you wondered how I'm actually going to take care of the CO2. You will see. For now, I just want to make sure we get some fresh air in the joint. I'm gonna figure out a nice pattern, but this should be enough to at least get us going. And then we're also gonna fill up the Atmos suit stations there. And of course, in the meantime, we take everything apart in the old base. It's always a good moment when this happens. I would say it's time for a new era. Oh, what did I just do? I took away the plant's illumination. Yeah, maybe we should make sure we actually build this back there. It's not like we're swimming in food right now. There we go. Otto started cooking. He's also hungry. I got you, don't worry. In the meantime, we have reached around minus 10 degrees. Doesn't count as deep frozen just yet, but we're actually getting there. Let's now test the thingamabob here. We want compostables. Where are you? Compostable right there. And if I now compost, let's say, these stale grizzleberries, they should be picked up by the auto sweeper and then brought over so my duplicants can take care of that. That actually makes me wonder, could I take apart this insulated tile, drop it here at the bottom, then the auto sweeper would put it directly into the compost? I mean, it's not really something we will have to do often, but it might actually be worth it, and we don't have to have the conveyor chute here. I think it just worked. A duplicant brought it over here into this storage bin and then it got picked up. So maybe even instead of a conveyor chute, we're just gonna use a receptacle, right? Conveyor receptacle. So hang on, you do not have to deconstruct this tile, you just have to build the railings. So I'm gonna allow my duplicants to actually use this and bring the compostables into this conveyor loader, and then the rest is gonna be taken care of automatically. Conveyor receptacle goes right there. This probably doesn't need power. Yes, let's get rid of that. However, with the receptacle, I still have the problem my duplicants cannot actually get things out of there. So in case I ever want to go ahead and pick up some food for another planetoid, for any reason, it's just gonna land in the receptacle. It's not gonna be convenient for me. Yeah, let me get rid of that again. We are gonna go with the old plan of having a chute here and then just a chest for the polluted dirt in case we have more than we can process in the compost bin. But here the food delivery actually works wonderfully. Look at that. Picking it up and then it's being brought over directly into the storage and it's gonna be forever fine. Okay, said and done like this, it should be working out, and of course we are only gonna compost what I actually want to compost. In case we want to get something edible out of there, we will have to pick it up individually. Or for the other planetoids, we're just gonna use the berry sludge. But let's see, are our duplicants happy now? I guess we still don't have the right temperatures. We need to get this up a little bit. One way we could do it is by actually integrating these guys into the cooling loop. I mean, we need to cool these guys down eventually anyways. There are also some more at the bottom we might want to cool down soon, but they are at 90 degrees for a very long time. Haven't really heated up since, but it is definitely worth thinking about. For instance, we could extend the pipe here a little bit, continue the granite pattern all the way through here, and then we move back into the loop. That should technically be a possibility. It's definitely not what I want to go with in the very end, but we can profit off of this cooling loop without issues and even heat it up to the 25 degrees I actually want. And there it is, finished. I guess we can cut this pipe now and it can go through the new route. So now this shaft can gradually cool down and at the same time give my water the proper temperature. I still have to wait a little bit until some of the atmosuit docks are filled up. At the moment, of course, we are not really using the oxygen properly. Yeah, let's connect these guys together. Actually, that did absolutely nothing. We just want to go ahead and speed up the process a little bit, though I just noticed I might be picking up some stuff that I don't want. Yeah, this is not a proper solution. I need to connect it here at the very end. Hopefully this is gonna work. No. Actually, it runs in the wrong direction. I guess one way we can fix it is by actually setting up a bridge here. That should be working. Okay, now it's not gonna take quite as long. We can already maybe start disassembling some other parts of the old base. Like the rock crusher can move, exosuit forge, we also have that covered. Not gonna need any of the sensors here anymore, or the cabling. We can maybe start to deliver a couple of suits here. Let's just do the first 4 or 5. And then of course we also need to set up the recipes. Now it has been suggested or pointed out that we do not need the textile loom as often as the rock crusher, so I should swap these. That is exactly what we're gonna do. Damn you and your good ideas. Within the exosuit forge, we of course want to fix the atmosuits and then we probably have to craft a bunch more. Let's go with 3 more and see how many we need. So my rock crusher will go here, and what was the other thing? It was the textile loom, of course. You go there. Ah, well, you look at that. We already reached -17, -18 degrees here, which means soon enough we should see the food in the deep frozen state. As a matter of fact, it just switched right now. We are now at -20 degrees. And of course it can get as cold as it wants, just -18 is the bare minimum. In the meantime, we did not really heat up the water here. It's still at 11 degrees. As long as we are not really using the thermal aqua tuner, we're gonna be fine. This is kind of why I wanted to integrate the minor volcano into the steam room, because just for the food and the base cooling, we're never gonna make the steam possible. Within the rock crusher, we wanna do forever small poke shell to lime, also poke shell mold to lime, the big one. We want to forever craft fossil to lime, eggshell to lime, just all the lime recipes, you know. Good, looks like they are starting to deliver the suits over here. Just give me a couple of minutes to finish the move with the suits so we can actually enable the station and claim this to be a successful move. Alright guys, I think we freaking did it. Everyone has moved by now. They all claimed another bed and also claimed another table. We are now slowly but surely filling up the atmosuit docks. We are also accumulating the food. Now that it doesn't actually go bad anymore, we can do that. Temperature wise, it does look pretty good, I have to say. Let's actually start picking up everything here maybe to clean it up. But yeah, essentially that means the next time we can go to town with the cellar portion, and we can also take apart the rest of the base here. I already did a good portion. Let's actually see what would happen if I just drained this pool. It would go all the way down here. That wouldn't even be that bad, right? Though I already removed the pump there. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure about that, but we can take apart the cabling here and everything that had to do with the piping for the oxygen. My duplicants are now exclusively within atmosuits when they come to the old base. That means we can remove a couple of additional things. And I guess we also don't need the room divisions here anymore. This doesn't need to look good. I just want everything gone. That's now what we're working towards. Another thing I would like to move are my thimble reeds. For now, I'm just gonna set 3 up here, but actually they're gonna be in the way. Let's set them up here. And that is gonna allow me to also remove all the thimble reed attempts here in the old base. It just got too cold over time because I stored all the frozen stuff here as well, and there was a lot of it. And right here is where I would like to see them next. This should also be a good temperature here, 20 degrees. They need a little bit more than 20. Cool, and now slowly but surely I'm gonna take apart more and more of the base. We should potentially see, yeah, there are no germs. So I'm just gonna pump this over into our storages. We should also have a system in place for cleaning the polluted water. Though I have to say, there are 0 germs in here. That is actually a little bit surprising to me. But still, whenever we convert polluted water into normal water, I also want to make sure we send it through a cleaning system like this. But other than that, we really have no use for all these items now anymore. Let's also get rid of these storage bins. And I guess one of the next things I'm gonna move are my farms and the Draco Ranch. I would like this to be a little bit more automatic, so also everything that I pick from my farms is gonna be brought over to the kitchen area as well. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.